Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be reviewing Big City Greens Season 2 Episode 24. This is the first half. It's called Mages and Maces, just like on the doorknob. I think it's been a while since we actually saw the title on like the object. That's like a Big City Greens thing. If you've been watching my reviews for a while, I would sometimes say like, oh, I think it's really creative how they put the title on an object. And that's just the way they do title cards. Like kind of like Amphibia. It's really cool, but it's like on a wooden, I guess a wooden title card basically in the beginning. And Owl House is just there, it just shows up. Which again, they don't have to do something like this, but I think because Big City Greens is very down to earth, it would kind of make sense why it would be on here. Mages and Maces is Dungeons and Dragons, so it's kind of more of kind of cursive, kind of like the medieval, and it's on a door knocker. I love that. So yeah, and also did like a mini review, so you can check that out. So we have Mages and Maces, and cool is the dragon. Was that there before? I'm not sure, so I'm not gonna take a point off because, or I mean, you know what? Even if it wasn't there before, Remy's rich. He can just totally get that replaced and turn it into a dragon. He can totally do that. So it's not a surprise to me if it wasn't there before. So it's fine. And the dragon's really well designed. And you basically have Tilly knocking the door. And in my mini review, I was like, who are the three people gonna be playing the characters? And hey, look, I was right because I was like the purple archer elf woman. I think she looked good in that design. I was talking about that in my mini review. I was like, that person would resemble like Gloria or Kiki. I was like, would Gloria come? I was like, okay, maybe, maybe not, because she's kind of being more accepting into Tilly, Cricket, and Remy to some extent. So it would maybe kind of make sense, but I think Gloria will probably just look for a job. Maybe she doesn't have time for this, or maybe just didn't ask her. Maybe, who knows? But hey, we have Kiki here, which again, I'm not sure if this is just a one and done or the voice actors for, was it Benny and Wheezy couldn't like make it or something. But I think it's really interesting that Kiki was able to come here, and it actually kind of gives her more development because we know that she loves video games, and this is like a role-playing game. So this kind of expands her character a little bit, not just being one of the friends. This is Kiki, Benny, and Wheezy. Because we've seen Remy like have his own big episode, and along with Tilly and Cricket being being the main character. But Kiki, we just know that she looks like this. She has friends, which Cricket, Tilly, and Remy is one of them. And she loves to play video games, and that's really it. Like that's all we really know about her. She got an invitation to Remy's birthday party, so she had like a couple of lines in that episode, I think. But now we've seen her apart from Benny and Wheezy, because Benny and Wheezy were at Remy's birthday also. So now we've seen her apart from them. Hopefully this is like a little kind of what do I want to say, a little foreshadowing of her kind of having her own, maybe I don't want to say arc, but kind of being separated from those two. Her being with them, that's totally fine, but I just think it's pretty good to have her kind of, maybe this is my development into the side characters having their own big episodes, because we had big Bill episodes, big Nancy episodes, big Alice episodes, Remy episodes, Tilly, Cricket, and I don't want to keep saying big every time, so that's what I mean. Gloria, even Chip Whistler, and who's been banned from Big City. Will he come back? Will he sneak in? Who knows? Maybe we'll go out of Big City. He's in the city next to us. I mean, we don't know. We don't know if he's cooking up another plan. We don't know. Is there anything else I forgot to mention? Let's see. Bill, Alice, Nancy, Cricket, Tilly, Remy, Gloria, Chip. Yeah, those 8. How did we have that Andromeda episode? Okay, that the first where we meet her, that's definitely a Tilly episode. The next time we see her, I think was maybe the sleepover episode, but again it was another Tilly episode. And yeah, that was the Sleepover Sisters one. And also the Cricket episode about the aliens thing where Andromeda met Bill for the first time, Cricket's dad. So that's pretty cool. So I don't think Andromeda had her own big episode yet. So okay, that needs to do. It's been a whole season. Now we're kind of getting pretty close to the season 2 finale. Sort of. We're in that final quarter of episodes for season 2. When is Andromeda gonna have her own big episode? Come on, Remy. Yeah, maybe just Remy's the main character's best friend. Maybe that's why Remy was also introduced into the first episode of the first season. Maybe that's why he has big episodes. But since Andromeda is Tilly's best friend and Tilly has had big episodes before, I think Andromeda should have some. Even the villain had his own big episode. Like, come on. So yeah, definitely Andromeda and Kiki should have their own big episodes, because now we've seen Kiki, because I was like, maybe Kiki, Benny, Weasley, maybe if they had more development. Now we have Kiki kind of away from those two, maybe she'll have her own big episode that's mainly about her. Obviously Cricket will most likely be there because he's the main character, but it will be mostly about her. Maybe it's her birthday, maybe has something to do with her family, because I was kind of thinking, what was it, in Sleepover Sisters, I was like, oh, we can meet Andromeda's parents. No, they were like already sleeping. I even took a point off an episode, like, it would have been such a great opportunity to meet Andromeda's parents. Or grandparents, or I think she said parents, but it doesn't even have to be a mom and dad. Just someone who takes care of her, so we can have more about her family. The only thing we know about them is that they're heavy sleepers, and they don't like Andromeda, seeing up to scary movies. That's all we know about them. So like, oh, come on, it would be a good idea to introduce them. Maybe we'll get them later, who knows. But so basically, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get stuck on this topic, but I like getting into this stuff. So yeah, Kiki's here. That's great. And oh, hey, look, Cricket's red sweater. It actually came back, and this is actually a pretty cool use that Cricket doesn't have to. You know something? I was gonna say that maybe this isn't just about wearing something if you're sad. I think this is more like a comfort sweater, or maybe just because it's chilly out. Yeah, or it could be for both. Kids use comfort stuff for many different uses, not just for comfort. So I think it wasn't around wintertime when, spoilers for season 1, Phoenix ran away. Well, not really ran away, to look for Nancy basically, but Cricket thought she ran away. And that's what Cricket was kind of wearing that sweater, because he was really sad. He needed like something to comfort with. So maybe he uses it for multiple uses. Yeah. Okay. But besides that, sorry about that. And Cricket's like, hey Kiki, do you know why Remy invited us here? And and Kiki's like, oh no, I don't know. He just sent this raven. And the RR for Remington. And I love this. Kiki's like, oh, bring your sense of adventure with you to Remington Manor. And he's like, oh yeah, same. Vasquez comes in, the ravens fly away. Oh, Master Remy waits for you. I loved the bookshelf turning into like, whoa. And Remy's basically the maze master, which is the dungeon master, basically, if you play Dungeons and Dragons. And so Vasquez tell me, oh, welcome to Mages and Mazes. And I like how they're all like, ooh. And then Cricket until like, what's that? It's the Country Bumpkins. And I just want to play this right here, because I don't think I ever really played Kiki lines too much, but since now she, again, that she's like away from like the group, the main group, I think this would be a good opportunity.
You guys, it's Mages and Mazes! It's a fantasy game where you create the adventure together!
Very astute, Kiki.
Wait, sorry, I don't love it too much. But Kiki, like, again, she loves video games. She loves role-playing games. And she's like, guys, it's Mages and Mazes. It's the role-playing game. You can play it together. And I like how Remy's like, oh, very astute, Tiki. Tiki. Oh, my goodness. Oh, very astute, Kiki. We're just like you're very observant. And you have a very high intellect also. And so like, oh yeah, so we're gonna have a great time. And I love Cricket so much. Oh my goodness, he reminds me of Maple from Gravity Falls. He's like, I don't know, like, math and the tiny numbers. It seems complicated. And then Tilly's even like, yeah, I'm a little bit concerned, Remy. Are just gonna be like a lot of rules. And it's like, oh, don't worry, I'm your maze master, and we're gonna have a great time. Trust me. And obviously, they trust Remy. And it's like, oh, well, what now? We created characters. Oh my goodness, Buff Legs McSwole. Oh, that's so hilarious. I was right. Like, so he's Buff Legs McSwole. It's kind of like a combination of He-Man and Conan the Barbarian. It could just be reference to just one of them, probably mostly Conan, the Barbarian, but it could be both. I like the necklace he's wearing. It's pretty cool. Like, I can just see a backstory of him just like, on a mission. He saves a village of this ancient tribe, and they award him this necklace. Or it could be just a family heirloom. It could really be anything. I wonder, should I play this part? Hold on. Let me just see what's yeah, okay. Wait, okay, let me just put it okay, I'm just gonna play this right here.
McSwole. He's a fearsome fighter that can take out hordes of enemies by kicking them in the shins.
He's like, oh, he's a fearsome warrior, and he can defeat any enemy by kicking them in the shins. Because he's Buff Legs McSwole, like he has powerful legs, and look at these stone monsters, and he's just like, huh, and it is explode. And I like Kiki's drawing. It looks kind of anime. It's pretty cool. So she's the purple elf archer. Sorry, I don't want to cut her off, but I also don't want to play too much. Okay, right here? Yeah, okay.
Oh, the Dazzler. She's a beautiful elf ranger with +10 dexterity who can take out an army of skyborn apes with a single arrow.
I love the design of these flying monkeys, the flying apes. But she's like, oh, mine's something like the Dazzler. She's an elf ranger, and she has +10 dexterity, and she can take a horde of monkey, was it monkey bats or something, and like with one shot, and she shoots one arrow and defeats all of them. Okay, so just like Cricket, they're one shots. And then Tilly's the most simple person ever. Here's the thing, though. I love this. Just this one thing. I'm not gonna take a point off because like nothing really big happens where they need this to happen. But I'm gonna talk about it after. But hold on. So he's like, oh, my character's Smelvo, and she picked a guy character, which perfectly fine. He has a pink beard, and he's like, oh, he can summon any magical thing and transform into anything, but he only transforms into a cat because that's what he enjoys. I love the cat, Smelvo. And Kiki's like, I love him. And he's, oh, thank goodness. Because you would want your friends to think your character's cool, right? Because you want to enjoy it together. And that would be the worst thing if your character's like, oh, that character's lame. And you're just stuck with that character for the rest of the rounds. That'd be awful. Here's the thing. If what Tilly is saying is true about Smelvo can basically do anything magical, it's basically limitless. If they would come across some like big bad, I mean, spoilers, they come across a dragon, which is like only a riddle dragon, but if they come across something super powerful, and Kiki and Remy are being beat, and the Smelvo, scratches are basically not doing anything, I think it would be smart for Tilly to not transform into a cat and maybe turn into like a tiger, or do something that's very powerfully magically useful. Her transform into a cat, that's Melville's character, that's his backstory, that's what he loves to do, and he's simple like that, that's totally fine. But when you have the being a hero and being a wizard, a good wizard in fact, and if you have the power to do something good, it's basically your obligation to do that, right? Like, am I wrong about that? So again, they come across like a riddle dragon, which is basically Remy, again spoilers in this episode. But if they would come across it where they just couldn't defeat it, and even like Tilly couldn't defeat it in the cat form, I just think it would be smarter for her to like do something like a tiger or a panther or something. Keep it cat themed, or something else. Like, you even keep it animal themed. Like, it doesn't really, you don't have to keep it in Smelville form. So, like, it's not gripe. I'm just saying as a little, but what do I want to say? It's a little, maybe a little nudge into the right direction. If you guys play D&D, or if you guys want to make if the Human Brothers want to make a sequel to this episode, which I wouldn't mind. I would love to see a sequel. It did do it right. I would love an exploration of Smelfo's powers, other than transform into a cat. If they would come across like a big bad. That's all I'm gonna say. Again, nothing bad. Just want to put it out there. Nudge in the right direction. I like these goblins. And it's basically like, okay, now that we have created our characters, and you has the board around them, it's let's begin. Oh, now you're in big village, okay, and it's like, oh, whoa, and it's like, what can we do? It's like, well, you can do whatever you want. Are there rocks nearby? Excuse me. And he rolls, and he's like, oh, there's 7 rocks, and they appear. Excuse me. He's like, okay, I'm gonna kick it. And Remy's like, oh, hey, you should roll. And it's a 20-sided dice. And you should roll so I can see how well you do. It's okay. And he rolls a 2. It's, oh, what was that, 2 miles? And Remy's like, it's only 2 inches. Oh my goodness. It's what? And Kiki's eating cheetahs. She's getting dust everywhere. And so, oh, that's the rules, Cricket. Like, the dice decides her fate. Oh, I'm gonna kick it again. And then Remy has a good idea. Like, the dice is by chance. Like, we're probably gonna be here for a while if you want to kick that along with probably the other rocks, because we know Cricket. He probably wants to do that. Instead of the record. So let's move along. And Cricket's like, okay. And I like this guy. He's like, is it, oh, this lonely traveling warrior, and like you see that he's drinking, and he doesn't feel like talking. And Kiki, you're messing up your shirt, but it's her shirt. I'm not gonna judge her shirt, but like, come on, you can dust everywhere. And so I'm gonna roll for persuasion. I kind of like this technique. Even though I don't think Remy would be I would make a too big a deal out of it. He's not really like a clean, like a quote unquote clean freak or anything, and also he can just buy a new dice. Like, it's fine. But Kiki wants to be respectful of Remy's things, and she doesn't want to get dust on it. So what she does is she has the dice in the palm of her hand, and she just does this and throws it. She doesn't touch it with her fingers. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool technique. I didn't know that you could do that, and she has a 20. It's by chance, so that is a little ridiculous, but again, it's by chance, so it is possible to get a 20. But also, since Kiki really hasn't really gotten much explanation, I'm kinda, I don't say letting off the hook, because she did nothing wrong. It's by chance. But it's weird that Cricket got a 2 and Kiki got a 20. But again, Kiki's never really got the spotlight before, so again, it's fine. You would want to give her a 20 since this is like her first time out there. It kind of makes sense. And I didn't like this part where the old guy spills his guts and he's like, oh, I wet my pants until I was like 10. That was unnecessary. Oh, I kind of like this. I just wear this eye patch to look cool. Like, okay, that's pretty cool. It's, oh, you had to go into this cavern and like you face a dragon basically. And Cricket's like, we're off to the cave, and he's like, wait, what? and then I love this. Remy's like a skeleton. He has like a sword in his head. Pretty cool. He's like, guys, I love the enthusiasm, but the warrior wasn't done talking. Oh, he's like, as I was saying, you'd be a fool to venture into that cavern without journeying into the mystic woods. What are you gonna choose? We're gonna go back to the cavern. We don't want to do the woods. And even the guy's like, oh my goodness. That's the final shot done in the show. Which is pretty cool. We get to see the characters. They basically go into the cavern and what happens next? And then we're venturing in, and Remy's like, "Whoa, don't you want to?" He's giving a hint. Don't you want to look for traps first? And he's like, "Who puts traps in the cave?" Cricket. Oh my god. He's like, okay. He goes in. Is it? Buffalo makes a charge for it, and a bucket of bees falls from the ceiling and on top of him. He's like, how does that make any sense? He's like, I tried to warn you. Remy did. Remy did. Cricket, you need to listen. He's like, oh man. And it's like Kiki rolls what was it? What was it? A 15, I think. She rolls a 15, and he's like, oh, good roll. But she rolls it to look for traps, and he's like, oh, you see no traps. And Kiki's like, okay, great. And I love this that they kind of make all the characters go through trials. Basically, not all of them are having like a good time. Cricket deals with the bucket of bees, and Kiki actually falls down a a cavern. And then Kiki's like, I should have saw that. I rolled a 15, and he's like, you need a 16 to see that one. Like you've seen everything else, but that. And it's like, and then and basically Tilly was like, okay, I turn into a kitty cat and I make a jump for this like there's like a ridge basically, and what was it? Oh right, so she falls down. And Remy has said, they go, oh, roll to see if you make it, and then she says, what was the number, man? I think she said 14. I could be wrong. I'm so sorry. And they're like, oof, no, you need a little bit higher than that. And then she falls in. He fell in, but it was Tilly. But whatever. And I'm sorry, these pants are tight. And basically, Cricket's like, okay, I fished my friends out, so we continue. Basically, they deal with this slime monster. Cricket kicks it in the shins, but it's impenetrable to physical attacks. And Cricket's like, that's not fair. And then the slime monster just slaps Cricket. And I didn't like this. I get it that it's a 11-minute episode, but that's the whole reason why they didn't go through the forest, right? Is because they didn't have enough time. But Kiki's like, oh, we used this enchanted key that we found earlier and it opened the lock. I do like how Rem's like, oh, you don't have this key for the secondary lock. Question, wouldn't it be cool to see where they found that key? Was in the cave? And then, basically, Cricket's like, I'm tired of this. I'm going to kick it in the mouth. And I love how the teeth just close on Cricket's foot. He's like, ah! And Remy's like, what's wrong, Cricket? He's like, Remy isn't like part of that. And he's like, what's wrong? And then Kiki's like, bruh, like, your game is busted. And then Tilly's like, you have to admit, Remy, you're being very, really strict. And he's like, I'm just being the maze master, guys. And Cricket's like, well, I'm telling you this, Maze Master. If I don't kick something in the shins soon, I'm going to lose my mind. And Rem's like, okay, I'll go to something more exciting. So he kind of skips, like, I'm not sure how many traps. Maybe it was like 5 to 10 more. Like, oh my goodness. And we basically get to the cavern. It's like, now you reach to the green emerald. This is right there. And then Kiki's like, Cricket's like, it's just sitting right there, unguarded. Kiki's like, what's the catch? And then I love Remy's dragon design. It's really cool. He's, what was it? Rembulus the Mighty. I love it. And he's like, and then he's like, now if you want to get this emerald, you have to. And then Crick's like, he whispered it so he doesn't interrupt Remy. He's like, yes, finally a fight. I love Crick's enthusiasm. He totally wouldn't fight with those arms and legs. And he's like, you had to solve my riddle. And Crick's like, what? Cricket was so mad. He's like, cheesy joke, but I'm letting it pass. It's not too bad. He's like, what's the cheese that isn't yours? Ha. And then Cricket's like, what are we doing? He's like, want to kick something in the shins. So he's kicking Remy in the shins, the dragon form. He's like, I'm going rogue. He's like, hey, you have to roll to do that. And Kiki, like, the Dazzler, launches a arrow at Remy, and he's like, "Ow, Kiki, what the heck?" He's like, "I'm tired of the confident rules of this game," and Tilly's like, "I am sick and tired of no cat things are going on," and she's scratching Remy's leg, and he's like, "Guys, stop! This isn't how the game works." And Cricket's like, "You said we would have fun, Remy. You lied. You lied. This is how some people feel about Dungeons and Dragons. Is that there's a lot of work. They're, just I guess what I heard people talking about it. This is like online and where I just and from the outside world basically what people have been telling me is that there are more challenges than there are rewards. You can put in the comments if I'm just totally wrong about that, and there are equal rewards to the challenges, or the opposite basically. There are more rewards, but that's what people have been saying. There's a lot more challenges than the rewards. And I guess that's kind of what makes it more sweet. I don't know. I've been hearing different stuff about D&D. And so, you lied, Remy. And D&D is stressful, so that kind of makes sense why they're stressful. And Remy's like, "You guys are the ones who are playing it right." So, is it, "I'm out of here. You guys can play without me if you're not going to follow the rules." I love how Remy's like flapping his arms. He's a kid. He's 10. And I love how I love this line. Vasquez is like, "Where to, Master Remy? The Fortress of Despair. Your bedroom it is." Because a lot of people use their bedrooms as like a confined space, like as like a Fortress of Despair, or Fortress of Solitude, basically for like Superman. So that's pretty cool. And then he just gets the game over, and Remy's like, "Oh no!" And now Cricket is now Bufflex McSwole along with being the Mace Master. Well, I guess they're all in the Mace Master. Cricket just took the chair. And he's like, "Oh, now we can do whatever we want." Cricket's like, Bufflex McSwole takes the emerald along with the Dazzler and Smelfo. And what was it? And a horde of what was it, like Slither Knights or something? I forgot. And because there's a Slither King. Yeah, the Slither Knights. Oh my goodness, the Slither Knights. And Cricket is, "I kicked them on the shins in one blow, and poof, they'll blow up." And then Kiki I guess they're going rogue, so they can automatically do whatever type of power they want. But it's weird. I mean, I guess Kiki's eyes are glowing right here, so it kind of makes sense that this happened. She uses these laser eyes. Is that "I killed the Lizard King and took his throne." And then Tilly's like, "I turned to a kitty cat." Okay, good for you, Tilly. And Tilly's like, "Meow what?" And then Cricket said, "Well, we did what we wanted to do. We defeated. I wanted to kick people in the shins. I did that. Kiki is now the ruler. I'm now the warrior. You're a cat, like you want to, even though it could be whatever you want. You're a cat. We're doing whatever we want." And then hey, Remy said, "Oh, I kind of like this, right?" Remy, Cricket is like, "Oh, hey, Remy has a bunch of notes over here." And it's like, "Oh, hey, these drawings are really good." And I love this. How Remy, appreciates his friend's idea. He really likes Bufflegs McSwole. So while they were kind of complaining, but also going along with the story and trying to go through the challenges, Remy was drawing him like a long lost brother, Buff Arms, basically. I'm not sure it was Buff Arms McSwole, but it was Buff Arms, basically. It was a long lost brother for him to find, but we weren't supposed to find it for another 12 sessions. Again, like for another reward. Could you imagine his face to find out that he had a long lost brother? Because that was a Cricket's idea. Remy just added to it. That's awesome. I wonder, it would have been pretty cool to see what he had planned in store for Kiki and Smelva, but maybe he didn't have enough time because he left, basically. But I'm assuming he did something for them later on. And they say, "Oh wow, he has pretty cool ideas." And Kiki's like, "Yeah, it got pretty boring when Remy left." And Cricket has his face on the table and is like, "Oh man." And then Tilly's like, "Oh, is it just too many snacks?" It's like, "No, just a guilt. Hey, we're gonna get our Mace Master back, right? It's gonna be a last adventure today." Well, the last adventure is completing this, basically. And then Tilly's like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do it the Remy way." I love that. And basically like, "Oh, we roll." And Kiki got a 15. Tilly got like a 14. Cricket kept doing 2s, and it's like, then he's like, "Oh, what's the final one? 18. Oh, now I get the 18." That was pretty funny. But why did the 2 girls get the higher numbers and Cricket got the lower one? Like, maybe two of them got like ones or twos, or maybe twos and threes, and one of the other girls got the 18. You know what I mean? And basically, there's like, oh, there's the door, and they're basically rolling. They're hanging on chandeliers, they're going through doors. Basically, it's pretty cool. And Vasquez is like, children, all young warriors, oh, you're not allowed in there. Oh, now we're gonna roll for persuasion. They all got perfect 20s, three perfect 20s. I'm defeated. They go over Vasquez. You open the door, and they're like themselves, like here in the game. Like a Remy's is in a blanket just drinking milk, and he's like, what? And he's like, Remy, we came to rescue you. And he's like, what are you guys talking about? And it's like, hey, it got really boring without you. Really? Yeah, but Taylor's like, oh no, Kiki's like, Remy, we know we need your guidance, and we know that we need your rules, your elaborate plans, because we played it with, even Cricket's like, yeah, we played your way, all the way up here, and it was fun, except for the times I kept on rolling ones, but the challenge was worth it to reap the reward, which is pretty cool. And then Kiki's like, we know we need you, but we also want some freedom into the game too. And he tells you, yeah, the game needs to work for everyone, right? And Remy even learns a lesson also, where he's like, I didn't realize how strict of a maze master I was being. Like, he doesn't really say this, but I bet this is true. Like, I never played this game with actual friends. This is my first time doing this, and I just thought I would just put my intellect to it and just do it my way. It would be the best way because I'm really smart. I'm not sure if he's the smartest of the friend group. He might be, because Cricket said he's at a high school intellect level, so he possibly is. But they never did like an episode of like an aptitude test, so I'm not sure. And then he's like, yeah, it's like, hey, wanna help us face that dragon, Remy? He's like, okay, let's do it. I like how Cricket Cricket has Remy on his shoulder. Pretty cool. Is it, let's defeat that dragon, and Remy's back in the dragon form. It's like, okay, puny mortals, what's the cheese that isn't yours? And they're nacho cheese. Okay. He said, oh no, you figured it out. And Remy's allowing them to, like, fight him, basically. And it's like, a Smelvo, like, attacks with Scratch. Oh no, Scratch. It's a, the Dazzler, throws, impenetrable arrow. It's like, oh no, like my heart. And they say, oh no, I'm totally defeated, but I have my shins completely exposed. And Cricket said, oh, Remy, he didn't have to do that, but he wanted to do it for his friend. I love it. And he does a final click kick, and then poof, he explodes. Pretty cool. And it's the young warriors have the emerald. Hooray, what do you want to do with it? And Cricket's like, I want to smash it. And I like how, I love this. Remy's like, we know the rules said, he actually has an idea. He doesn't have it written down. He just has it in his brain. Actually, Buff Legs, the Dazzler, and Smelvo decide to break the emerald, but they don't know the consequences, what await them for doing so, for breaking the emerald. And they're like, ooh. And then the final thing where it tells you, Smelvo, that's all, at the end. And that's the end of the episode. Pretty cool. I would say, at least for me, this is the best interpretation for Dungeons and Dragons, and the other two, I would say, was in the She-Ra reboot, and also Gravity Falls. I think this is the best one, at least in my opinion. Because She-Ra, again, spoilers for that new reboot, it was during a war, and I wouldn't do Dungeons and Dragons during a war and during a battle. They were in the middle of a battle, basically. Me personally, I just think this is a little ridiculous. That's just me. And at least with Gravity Falls, they were actually just, had there to have fun, and then the whole conflict happened. But even with that, it had some little issues. I'm not gonna get into that because I don't review Gravity Falls, but it wasn't too much of a big deal. But I would say that there was a choice for Dipper to kind of have his relationship with Mabel stronger. Well, I guess there was consequences for not doing that, so I guess it sort of played out. If Cricket would have told Mabel this, then this would have happened. Like, you know what I mean? But besides that, I think this is the best one. I know you probably say, you reviewed Amphibia. What about Amphibia? There was a slight reference to, what was it? Vagabond Chronicles, which I think that's like Dungeons and Dragons, basically. But they didn't really have like an entire episode really based on. That was really Marcy's arc, kind of realizing life isn't like Dungeons and Dragons and RPGs and stuff like that. Life is life, and people can get hurt, basically. So I would say that was entire Marcy's arc. It's not really just one episode, so that's why I didn't really add that to the list. But in case you could say, well, Amphibia, well, that's really Marcy's arc. But again, spoilers for Marcy's arc. But let's see. What should I rate this episode? Let's see. Okay, 95, 90. Okay, I give this episode I know in the mini review I gave it like 85. I would give this a 95. It's really my only big complaint, really, was the whole, they didn't show how they got that key. I think I'm willing to let go with the whole thing about Cricket rolling ones, because I think maybe Cricket was just having a streak of bad luck. So I think that was the point they were trying to make, of game of chance, basically. Like, you're not always gonna get lucky with the dice. So I guess that's what they were trying to do. But really, I would like to see where they got that key. Like, you know what I mean? So that was really my only complaint. So yeah, fantastic episode. Again, I love that we're expanding Kiki's character, and now she's kind of away from Weezy and Benny, and not that dislike him or anything, just kind of, she's just one of those three characters that join in with Tilly, Cricket, and Remy. Because Cricket, Tilly, and Remy are established characters. Kiki is now kind of getting a little bit more established, kind of having a little bit more of a more to her character. So hopefully we get more of this. There's four of them. Again, nothing against Weezy and Benny. Nothing against them. But I love this. It's really more enjoyable. So yeah, everyone, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, give me a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to share the video, and I'll see you guys later today for, I think I'm gonna do a mini review for Big City Green Season 2, Episode 24B, which is OK Karaoke. OK Karaoke, basically. And I'm gonna do the full blown review today also. So yeah, I'll see you guys later today for that. I can't believe I almost forgot to mention this. If I forgot, I would immediately remember to do it for the next, the other half of the episode. But thank you so much for my 85th and 86th subscribers. I got 2 new subscribers, so thank you so much for my new subscribers, my original subscribers, current, the ones that have been for a while, my most current viewers, my original viewers, the one that's been for a while. I appreciate all you guys. I not only got to 85, I went to 86 now. So now my goal is, before November starts, is to reach 90. Yep. So yep, keep the subscribers coming. I mean, like, my philosophy is that if you enjoy my voice and you enjoy the content I do, and you like the reviews and how my perspective on with cartoons and stuff like that and movies, subscribe and check me out. Share it with your friends if you want. Because I don't think a lot of people Again, a lot of people go over, I would say, Amphibia, The Owl House, and I think most and the Ghost of Mom McGee, those main three, but no one really talks about Big City Greens. I think it's getting a little bit more popular now. I see a little bit more on the internet now, but no one really talks about Big City Greens. No one really talks about Ultraviolet Black Scorpion. No one really talks about Secrets of Sulphur Springs. And let's see, Secrets of Sulphur Springs, Ultraviolet Black Scorpion, Big City Greens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so those three. No one really talks about. So in case if you like that, if your friends like that show, I reviewed. So I have a playlist for season 1 for Ultraviolet and Black Scorpion and stuff like that, and along with the Ghost of Mom McGee. So you check this out, and again, like I said before, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, give me a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys later today for my mini review and my full-blown review on Big City Green Season 2, Episode 24, OK Karaoke. And yeah, and hopefully that goes well, because karaoke does so many songs. I dealt with songs before, so hopefully it won't be too much of a big deal. Being fingers crossed. So, wish me luck with that. And I'll see you guys later today for that. Okay. Bye.